ability of Midwest residents to enjoy the outdoors during the summer due to dangerous air quality conditions. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
The Brewers draft is underway. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Baseball, the MLB draft continues today. In the first round, the Brewers selected third baseman Andrew Fisher of the Tennessee Volunteers, who scouts say has modeled his swing after the Phillies' Bryce Harper.
I'm working on my swing in the cage a ton. I'm trying to emulate Harper as much as I can. Obviously, he has different rhythm in the box and different approach sometimes, but, I mean, how could you not watch a guy like that hit?
In all, the Brewers drafted 5 players, 2 infielders, 3 pitchers. Yesterday, the Crew beat the Nationals 8-1. Freddie Peralta giving up just 1 run in 6 2/3 innings. Peralta asked about heading into the All-Star break, just a game behind the first-place Cubs.
I think that we are in great position right now. We're doing great because we are not thinking about how far we are from the first place.
NBA, the Bucks introducing Miles Turner, who showed off his new jersey.
See me this bus green? Or my girlfriend told me I look good in green, so it's going to be a seamless feat.
With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
As Wisconsin summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly clear tonight, warm and muggy with a low in the upper 60s. For tomorrow, sunny, warmer again, little humid, highs in the upper 80s. On Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. High near 80. We're sitting at 84 degrees right now.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
Stephanie Bloomingdale, president of the Wisconsin AFL-CIO. The Big Brutal Bill is basically an all-out assault on working Americans.
No tax on tips. It's not as good as it sounds because a lot of tipped workers are not paying that higher level of taxes in the first place.
As the wealthiest among us, dine at the feast of all feasts. Don't be fooled by the table scraps.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show at its new time, weekdays 4 till 6 p.m.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Jay Matnair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, Wisconsin is going to be doing things to welcome more movie making here. Nathan Deming joins us.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who appreciates a nice hot meal at a fair price, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you with me. Thank you for being here. I am thrilled tonight to be back on the air. It is finally Monday. We get to do this again. Folks, we get to talk about all the things that bring us together. There's nothing dividing about what we talk about here on Nightlight. There's no politics. Once in a while I get political, and I rip on the Whig Party or the Federalists. But by and large, this is not a political show. We talk about all the things that make us happy.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time you went political on the show.
I do slip up once in a great while. Something just irks me and I have to say something. But we keep the focus on the lighthearted, the fun, things that, like I say, bring us together. Movie and music and TV, comedy, theater, and lots of fun stuff happening in Wisconsin. I'm trying to get someone. I called someone at a cheese event today. I'm trying to get them on the show for Friday. But it's tough to get people on the phone sometimes. Like for some of these smaller events in small towns, I don't know if they check their phone that often, and I don't know if they're really interested in being on the radio, but we'll keep after them. We got a really fun week of guests this week, folks, so keep the dial right here. As usual, the phone lines are open. Always welcome we always welcome phone calls, text, whatever. We love it when you guys are part of the show, and we have a great one tonight. At 6:35, the Piet family will be here. Chris, Paul, and their son, Elliot. I believe Elliot, I don't know if I ever clarified this. Kim Shefchick will not be here. She is typically here with the Doctors in Recital, or this particular event is called On Stage for Cancer. So that's kind of what they call themselves as a group. But the Piat family are just incredible musicians, with or without Kim here. It's always better when Kim is here, but they will be here with their child, Elliot, and they are going to sing for us in studio. It's going to be fantastic, and that's at 6:35. And we'll be talking about On Stage for Cancer, which takes place very soon, I believe in just about a week, July 31st, Thursday, July 31st, at the Riverside Ballroom here in Green Bay. And then finally, last week we tried to connect with Rob Thomas, but we could not. But we have a lot to discuss with our pal Rob, who is a Madison-based film critic and is the CityCast Madison newsletter editor. Rob will be here at 7:20. We'll talk. I imagine we'll talk about Superman.
Do you know if he saw it?
I think he has. I looked at his reviews last week, and I have to update that. But I looked at CityCast Madison, his Substack, which you should follow at not that Rob Thomas. Yeah. He does great movie reviews, and we'll talk to Rob. I'd be willing to bet. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Rob saw Superman.
Okay,
it's one of the big
I'm guessing he probably saw it. I'm just curious to see what he'd say, because I was editing your beats, and I hear what you think. It's a little different than what I think.
You loved it.
I loved it.
Most people, I will say, love it or really like it. It got good reviews, but I feel like some of these superhero movies, these franchise blockbuster movies, I think the critics throw them a bone. I think they're rating them on a different level, because it's the same thing I said about F1. It's a great video. The music is great. The action's great. The CGI is great. But give me some... Here's the weird thing about Superman 2, and we'll talk more about this with Rob. Wendell Pierce is a great actor. He plays Perry White, a big character in the Superman universe, the editor of the Daily Planet. Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane. Wendell Pierce was wasted. He had like 5 lines in the whole movie. What was that sportscaster's deal at the Daily Planet? I didn't know what the hell he was saying half the time. He didn't have to be in the movie. Neither did the blonde with all the cleavage. They were useless characers.
I don't know. What was your reaction when you saw Bradley Cooper as
Jor-El?
As Superman's dad? Yeah,
he was fine.
I thought it was funny. I didn't expect that.
But was it supposed to be funny?
I guess. I don't know if it probably not.
Yeah, I mean, he was fine. I mean, Marlon Brando played Jor-El in the first Superman in 1979. I don't know. There were things I really enjoyed about it. I thought Superman and Lois were great.
They were great. I think they both did a great job.
Nicholas Hoult is a great actor.
He did. I thought he did phenomenal as Lex Luthor.
He did, but it was obviously they were parody. They were the filmmakers were kind of relying on the fact that we already know Superman's story. There was very little setup needed there. Lois Lane was a little more hip, cool Lois Lane than in previous Supermans. And Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, it was like obvious they were trying to have him be Elon Musk. And therefore I don't feel like they had to really develop the characters. It was just it was fine. That's my take on the movie. There were some great effects. When he shields that girl.
That was so cool.
Amazing. And the CGI is there. But what was that Jurassic Park character that came out of nowhere?
That was just a distraction,
Okay, I get that. But okay, here's these bad people. Oh, and here's a dinosaur out of nowhere.
I thought it was pretty funny that that was the route they went with trying to distract Superman to get him in there. But, I thought they did a really good job of showing Superman's, humility.
That was great. I agree with you there.
That scene at the end when he's talking to Lex Luthor, that was great. That was phenomenal.
That was great. And I love the scene where he's saying maybe the real punk rock is just being nice to people.
Yeah.
And having empathy. And loved all that. It's not like there aren't good things in the movie. I don't know. I was one of my positives, it wasn't 2 hours and 40 minutes like every other blockbuster movie this summer, but lots to like there.
What I'm really sick of every superhero film I've seen in the past 5 years, why do they try to make it a comedy movie?
Like with witty one-liners?
Yeah.
Supposedly witty one-liners, yeah.
I'm starting to get sick of it. Like, okay, I already see the joke setting up.
Right.
And then it goes, I'm like, okay, that wasn't that great.
It's like the movie is being too needy.
Yeah.
Just tell the story. But yeah, visually, cinematically, good stuff. It wasn't like I wasn't entertained. I've got this guy, though, again. Yesterday, I had this at F1 3 weeks ago, and I had this guy. Oh, no. The guy in the crowd that feels like he has to provide commentary. It might have been the same guy. Because when we were at Jurassic World Rebirth, my wife and I 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was a week ago, there was a dinosaur, and the girl's following the dinosaur, and he goes, oh, and then this huge dinosaur comes up surprising him. He goes, an even bigger one. It's like, yeah, we're watching the same movie you are, buddy.
Oh, it was a guy in the movie crowd?
Yeah, he's doing color commentary. Shut up.
That's terrible.
It's awful.
I had a guy next to me that just was laughing the whole film at Superman.
Superman?
Yeah.
Really?
Anytime there was something funny, he had a really bad laugh, too. Just super loud. And I was like, okay, come on.
And the lines, like in those big blockbusters, it's not like the lines are hilarious. They're kind of like, okay, a little bit of comedic relief. I don't know.
Well, and he did the oohs and ahs, too, like, because he had a full Superman get-up on.
He went to the movie in a Superman outfit?
Like, he was like Superman pajamas.
Oh, that's funny. And a little strange. I watched this reel. I've been really into reels on Instagram, and it was a clip of, maybe you've seen this one. The caption was like, when you spend $20 on a firefighter's costume, and then something happens at the party where actual firefighters have to come in. So they show this guy in this like wussy fireman costume as actual manly firefighters are walking by, and he just looks at the camera. So funny. But that's what that reminds me of. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I guess, you wear your Packers hat to a Packer game. Why not put on a Superman costume when you go see Superman? Whatever makes it fun. That's totally fine.
That's awesome.
So it's great to be back here, folks. I'm so happy it's Monday. We get to talk movies, and let us know what you've seen. As usual, you're welcome to text in, call in, let us know if you've seen any of the summer movies. It's always fun to get a dialogue going. If you are joining us on the radio tonight, that's fantastic. We are on statewide on the Civic Media Radio Network. So if you're tuning in on the radio, that's outstanding. If you're listening on the app, that's great. You can also stream or watch the radio on Facebook, X, or YouTube, and give us a like or a follow while you're there. We'd love to be recognized, and that's what we're supposed to do, is ask for social media relevance. Did you like have you liked the show?
Of course.
I'm pretty sure I have, but how weird would that be if
both of us didn't like the
if I'm not following my own show? I think I am, though, because I get Amanda's updates. Our incredible social media person, Amanda Nimmer, here. But I do have thoughts on social media. I'm amazed. This is so crazy, the age we live in. Like, Miley Cyrus has kind of a grinding voice. She kind of talks like this, Some guy, and my daughter showed this to me, put her voice saying something, and then some guy on a toilet in a restroom with his gas matching her cadence in her voice. I was more laughing because I couldn't believe somebody did this. Like, somebody's watching Miley Cyrus in an interview and goes, you know what? That sounds like when I have gas. I'm going to record myself and put it to they're not getting paid to do that. And part of me loves that there are people that are willing to do these things to make us laugh. And I don't just mean bad fart jokes, but like, on social media, they'll post stuff, and it's like, oh, that's really funny. And they're not comedy writers. They just did a funny thing, and it's out there for the world to see.
There's something similar on TikTok. There's this guy who plays these games, like TikTok games.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you have to say this word. And if it matches, because it's like the accents or whatever. He does it with his farts. And he does it like every day. He gets like 30,000 likes.
Of course he does.
So he's making bank farting on camera.
I just don't understand people sometimes. This is where we're at, though.
Whatever pays the bills.
Whatever pays the bills. And, frankly, anybody can put something really funny on social media with a caption. I don't know if they could do it full time or they'd be comedy writers, but maybe some of these people do that. But typically, I think it's probably like a one-off, like a guy has a really funny idea and he does it, or a girl, and it's hilarious. And they get a ton of likes. But what do you follow that up with? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out. Once I go to the bathroom for the day, I've got no more material. What do I do? But that was really strange. And I was almost embarrassed laughing at it in front of my daughter because she showed this to me and I felt like I should have been the more mature person here. but I had literally had tears coming out of my eyes. And I only hope after watching that, Miley Cyrus had an opportunity to see what this guy did with her voice. It was very funny. Let's see. So we talked Superman. I'm watching the new show, the new Bosch spinoff, which is the second or third. I think it's the second spinoff called Ballard. Maggie Q plays Renee Ballard, kind of a female version of Bosch. And I don't love her acting, but the show is well written. Aesthetically, it looks really cool. So I think I got through 6 episodes over the weekend because it was too beautiful. I didn't want to go outside. And and it's pretty good. I think I would recommend it so far.
Did you watch any of the new streaming movies?
What is there? I can't even remember what I watched now.
I'll after the break, I'll tell you about the couple I've watched.
Okay.
They're both Prime movies. Head of State, with John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also watched Deep Cover, which is about improv comics.
I've seen that. I haven't
you watched
seen that.
it?
No. Sorry. I saw that, and I saw the one, Heads of State. I got to tell you, I have no desire to see it. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that when we come back. And I watched a movie called Amongst the Wolves, which is a film set in Ireland, and a kid who gets in trouble with gangsters has a homeless vet come to his aid in defending him against these gangsters. It's pretty good. I paid $6 for it. I would give it a 3 out of 4 stars. Good Sunday night, good old-fashioned Sunday night entertainment, a little movie watching. All right. Hey, great to have you with me, folks. We didn't do the question of the night, Conrad.
Oh, we need to get to that.
I totally blame Conrad for that. We're going to do the question of the night right when we get back, and it involves nudity. This is Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
A teardrop star, and it breaks my heart. When a teardrop falls, I wanna cry, cry, cry alone. When you feel blue.
This is the talk of Green Bay, WGBW.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.fm and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.fm. We can work together to have real news and great conversation while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Time for the Eco Minute, powered by Clean Wisconsin, your environmental voice since 1970. I'm Amy Barrio. The Wisconsin Supreme Court hands a big win to the environment. The court ruled it's unconstitutional for a legislative committee to block rules created by state agencies. The decision means good environmental rules now face an easier path to getting to the finish line and becoming law. For years, legislative vetoes by a handful of legislators stymied a long list of environmental protections. After more than 30 years, the Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program is going unfunded. Money for the legacy program was stripped out of the budget by the Joint Committee on Finance. The program helps preserve our state's wildlife areas and fisheries through land purchases and grants. Now that the budget has been signed, it's unclear how the vital program will continue, although there is talk of a standalone bill that would revive it. Knowledge is power. For a deep dive into Wisconsin's most pressing environmental issues, check out my Defender podcast at cleanwisconsin.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Here at Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. Welcome back. A little out of sorts. We had a long weekend, too. We didn't do a show on Friday, so that was kind of strange.
Did you do anything fun on Friday?
I did, and I'll tell you about it right after we get to our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question. Pregunta. Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question. Questions.
It's National Nude Day. Nude Day. National Nude Day. If you were to go streaking, ladies and gentlemen, what event would you choose to streak at? It's National Nude Day. If you were to go streaking, what event would you choose? I think I would say a conclave.
I'm going to go. This brings me back to something that we.
The old streaking days?
So it was an event that we found last year. It's a nude cruise.
We found that event? Or are you just like.
We talked about it last year.
Oh, we probably did. Okay, I thought you meant like we did a remote from a nude cruise or something.
That is a
Totally
perfect.
forgetting.
Yes, we need to do that.
Depending on the attendees, yeah. So it's National Nude Day. If you were to go streaking, what event would you choose? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app or on the stream if you're watching Nightlight on Facebook, Twitter, X, or YouTube. I say a conclave, but there are a lot of different events. Typically when people streak, just to give all the priests something to like distract them. Like, I want Father John. Wait, what was that? Streaking at a nude beach defeats the purpose. A quilting club. Typically it's sporting events. And I always say, people used to get outraged. I remember when it would happen if my parents had people over, it was a Super Bowl party. That's awful. Why do people get so freaked out by nudity? I mean, I know typically the guy, it's always a guy. There's never a woman streaking.
I feel like it's become pretty regular in movies now.
What? Streaking in movies?
Just nudity.
Oh, nudity. Well, yeah. Well, sure, yeah. And I get like, to me, I think the person's a little off if they're willing to do that and get arrested, but.
And it's like a $10,000 fine or something.
Is it that much?
Yeah, it's something around there, and you get banned for life from the stadiums.
I don't know. We got some social media. We always post the question of the day on social media, folks. So if you're on Facebook, you can respond earlier or throughout the day, too. Mike Desitel says on social media, graduation at the School for the Blind. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that works.
It's a good way to hide your shame. Vince Moranto, comedian Vince Moranto, says, any polar bear club event, then I'd have an excuse. It's still streaking, though. You don't do the polar bear thing naked. You wear a suit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you'd want to be naked at a polar bear event.
So, what does my answer, is that okay? At a nude cruise?
At a nude cruise. Well, streaking, I guess, just means you'd be running naked. So sure.
I feel like a nude cruise doesn't just have people naked all the time. So, like,
what are they have like naked hours or naked happy hour or something?
It's like 6 to 12 is the naked
6
hours.
to 12 is the nude hour?
After dinner. So they don't just have a bunch of naked people
bloated.
at dinner.
You're not putting your best foot forward if you eat a big meal and then go nude. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't understand streaking. I don't think I would ever. Well, I know I would never streak. But like, if you were at a Brewer game and your buddies gave you a couple $100, would you run out and.
No. Because that wouldn't even.
Cover the fine.
Yeah. And I don't want to get banned for life because I love going to Miller Park.
They would ban you for life?
Yeah.
Is that right? Wow.
I think actually a good one would be a movie theater. Because it's dark in there. You just
that defeats the purpose.
You get you just get to see a little bit because the light from the screen.
Right, that's true. Leave something to the imagination.
Do it during the ads, so the lights are still on.
Look, I'd love to watch a streaker during the previews. Actually, I don't mind previews.
You remember how you talked about how they were adding, more ads to the.
Yeah, AMC.
Did that? I feel like they did it to Marcus too because.
Oh really?
The movie started at 4 and it didn't even start actually until 4:30.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a long time to make people sit through.
There was like 6 trailers and a couple like Kia ones too.
And it obviously, the weird thing is like, sometimes like my wife and I'll do, like we'll go to a movie. And it's like, oh, we're going to be late. No, they got all those previews. Well, then we show up. That's the one day they didn't have all the previews, and I missed the first 5 minutes of the movie, right? So that's kind of a drag. So that's our question, folks. Be part of the show. Text us, call us, let us know. We've got a great. I love the Piat family. They're coming in at 6:35 to talk about On Stage for Cancer. They're going to perform live in the studio. They're outstanding. I got Rob Thomas at 7:20 talking movies. We got a great question. So join the fun and let us know what you think. Bridget from the 818 says, "Great show, Pete. You always make me laugh and have great information. No thanks to streaking, but for someone else, UW-Madison football game during the jump around." Well done, Bridget. That's a great one. Nothing could ruin jump around, though, even if some horrible person is streaking. Civic Media's Corey Hartman says, at EAA on the tarmac, obviously.
That's great.
I think a little streaking could help the EAA.
Well,
it doesn't really need the help, but...
While the Blue Angels are in the air.
Really? I dare you to look away. Lee from De Pere, he's in the 920, says, streaking, coming out of the corn at the Field of Dreams. There you go. Oh, this is good. We're going to have fun with this. All right, folks, let us know. Where would you streak? It's National Nude Day. It's also National Tape Measure Day. You could put a tape measure to good use with a streaker. Let's be honest. All right, the Piat family is coming up next. We're going to talk about On Stage for Cancer, folks. Lots going on here tonight. Great to have you with me. A beautiful Monday in the state of Wisconsin. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight, and you have got the Civic Media Radio Network.
Gonna tell you what you can do with my love. All right. Let you know, girl, you're looking good. You're out of sight. All right. Just move yourself and glide like a 747.
You're listening to the Talk of Green Bay, WGBW, home for Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. A proposed bill that aims to make it easier to access government records is currently awaiting action in the Wisconsin State Legislature. The legislation would make it easier for groups who pursue legal action over government records to win back legal fees for their expenses. It states that legal fees must be awarded to the requester of government records if a court determines that the filing of the lawsuit was a substantial factor in the decision to release those records. The bill was approved by the state Senate in May and advanced to a hearing in the state assembly in June. The Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority is accepting applications for grant funding aimed at improving housing and shelter services in the state. The agency recently opened the grant application process for nonprofits and cooperatives that provide emergency shelter services, transitional residences, and extremely low-income housing. Chosen organizations will receive a share of $2 million in grant funding with a maximum award of $50,000. The application can be found online and must be submitted by July 31st. A black bear attack in Barron County on Saturday left a 69-year-old woman with severe injuries. The attack happened in the town of Comstock. The woman was taken to a local hospital for treatment while local DNR wardens and staff from the USDA Wildlife Services searched for the bear. They did find a cub in a tree, so they believe the bear is a sow. Officials continue to search for the bear using trained dogs and traps. The ultimate goal is to find the bear, euthanize it, and assess its condition. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. If you thought it was hard to cancel a streaming subscription before, brace yourselves because it's about to get even more difficult. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Federal Trade Commission's click-to-cancel option has been struck down by a federal appeals court. The FTC has tried to make it equally as easy to cancel a subscription as it is to sign up, so expect much more frustration. The whole issue started with Amazon, which was accused of tricking customers into signing up for Prime, then making it extremely difficult to cancel. I guess we know how Bezos paid for that wedding. Here's a Hollywood beat just for me. I hope you like it too. The show Bosch is coming back by way of another spinoff. Ballard will drop on Amazon Prime like Bosch and Bosch Legacy did previously, both of which are now kaput. Maggie Q will play Renee Ballard. Titus Welliver will return as Harry Bosch, who will assist Ballard with cold cases from time to time. All 10 episodes of Ballard dropped a couple days ago and are available on Prime. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Connecting audiences, powering brands. This is Civic Media. Learn more at civicmedia.us/advertise.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly clear tonight, warm and muggy with a low in the upper 60s. For tomorrow, sunny, warmer again, little humid, highs in the upper 80s. On Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, high near 80. We're sitting at 84 degrees right now.
Matt Nair on air.
Author of America, Let Me In, Felipe Torres Medina is here.
My funny book about immigration. You can see how the current administration and their policies are affecting the communities. But I'm a comedian. It is really sad, but how about some jokes? Because that's the only way I can,
If we don't take a moment to laugh about something, we're all going to self-destruct.
100%.
Matt Nair on air. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. Mornings with Pat Kreitlow.
Folks just deserve a little bit better than the usual promises that they're getting. But our members of Congress, 2 of them from here in Wisconsin, recently signed a letter to Canada. Said, Canada, you're on fire. You need to do something about this, which is really not necessarily the best course of action when your neighbor's house is burning down, is to send a letter complaining about the smoke.
Mornings with Pat Kreitlow. Weekdays 6 to 9 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. Todd Alba.
Hey everybody, join us next time. We'll be on our first leg of our tour with Jane and Greg at their home at Radio City Park.
This is Nightlight. I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this Monday night. Con, you got to help me disseminate these texts. Somebody mentioned Superman, but did a political thing with it. So I don't know if that was meant for Maggie or us.
Yeah, that might
be for Maggie.
That might be for Maggie's show.
Right. So, but Mark did. I don't know. Let me know. Mark did text back. Mark from Prairie to Sax says Crypto's the dog, right?
Crypto is the
Okay.
Yep.
And a bad dog, I might add.
Yes.
Crypto's behavior in the opening segment reminded me of my dog's behavior when he came back from a foster after I had gotten out of the hospital in 2013 with a chest tube and collection box strapped to my side. Oh, God. I was glad to see him too, but I needed to rest him a bit to avoid him snagging as he was super glad to see me. Once HD figured it out, he gentled down. I only understood about 2 of those words, I have to be honest, Mark. HD?
Maybe that's
what he calls his dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going, it was supposed to be a he, because D and E are quite close on the keyboard.
But he put him capped, Chris. That's what I don't get.
Oh, then I don't get it.
Yeah, all right. Mark, we got the gist of it, but you're welcome to elaborate, and it's great to hear from you as always. Our question of the night is, it is National Nude Day. If you went streaking, where would it be? Where would you go? And let's be honest, streaking is on all of our bucket lists, right? No?
No.
Conrad? You know what? I'm losing it because I totally forgot I was going to do a gag. When we opened the show and did the question, I was going to have us be shirtless and everyone would think we were naked. So now
Conrad is just disappointed.
It's Monday. And
Why did you have to do that?
I know. Well, we could also do that. We're naked from the waist down, but then we can't really. All right, enough nude talk. We've got some phenomenal talent in the studio helping us celebrate National Nude Day, National Tape Measure Day, a weird day. Who came up with that? That's what I want to know.
Okay, but why are we putting it on the same day as National Nude Day?
Well, that's what I said before the
Let's really
break.
get into this.
You could put the tape.
No. Let's not go there.
If a guy shows up at a nude beach with a tape measure, that's a red flag.
Yes.
Okay?
Maybe even two red flags.
Don't make everybody self-conscious. All right. So the voices you're hearing, folks, are in the studio. It's the Piat family. Chris, Paul, and their son Elliot.
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Elliot.
Good to meet you.
Thank you for being here. And would you have brought Elliot anyway if Kim couldn't make it? Kim Shevchik is not here this time. She's usually with you guys. Okay, that's good. And then for moral support, Elliot's girlfriend is here. What is your name again? Tess. She is here. Do not, if you're watching on the stream, do not put pressure on Tess to say anything because she's not. She's here strictly for moral support. Do you feel supported, Elliot?
I do.
Okay. It's great to have you guys here. So before we get into this event, On Stage for Cancer, which is just around the corner, tell us a little bit, for those who might be unfamiliar, tell us about your family and your connection to music.
Well, I am a music teacher, so music has always been a big part of my life. And while I was in college is when I met Paul. I met him in school when he was in school for music, and we kind of started playing together at that point 30-some years ago.
Wow.
We don't have to put a number on it, do we?
Do you still like to hear each other sing? That's the big question since you're both music. All right. That's the
Honestly,
important
my favorite thing to do yet is to play and sing Mass with my wife, actually.
Wow, that's very nice. Okay. Catholic Mass? All right, very nice.
Yeah, and so we have 2 boys. Ian's at work, and we've got Elliot, and they're both singers. Elliot plays violin and mandolin, and Ian is a bass player.
Nice.
So it's kind of all around.
Did you get them started early? Like, did you know, like, you know, it's different with music in sports. Like, if you force your kid to play sports, I don't think that's great. But forcing kids to learn music is something no one ever regrets that.
So I think, and you would have to.
Oh,
yes.
maybe terrible.
Maybe you could.
The two-a-days?
The two-a-days. The two-a-days.
Well, I think it's different when your parents are musicians.
Yeah.
Because I think that our house was always full of music and, you know, just performing and doing things. And I think that they just took that for granted. Like, that's just what everyone's house was.
Yeah, it was very strange to see, like, other families and know that they didn't talk about time signatures and stuff like that, chord progressions.
Jeez. Oh, that's great. All right, so you guys are going to perform something right after we talk about On Stage for Cancer, but we have a phone call. Is it for the Piats?
It's Mark from the SAC.
Oh, all right. Well, you guys okay if we take a quick phone call? We need clarification.
Yes,
all right.
we do.
Yes.
Mark, how are you, buddy?
Doing great. Yeah, I was just trying to. I was he. You know, when he said HD, they spell corrected me. That was he when he settled down. But my dog was. He came back from being fostered when I got out of the hospital there in 23 there, and he was just super psyched to see me. And here I had this collection box on my side with a chest tube in me, and he was just jumping all over the place, just like Crypto was in the movie. And that I just had to kind of. I kept on kind of twisting my body, to the side that didn't have the chest tube in me. But once he kind of figured out that he's got to settle down a little bit, he gentled down because he's sitting right next to me right now. But he is he's a big old yellow lab, and he
labs are great.
But he was super glad to see me. That like the last time he came back from foster, he was just that I didn't have the same equipment stuck to me that time, but. I mean, that it just kind of the dog. Once the dog figures it out, and, then he hauled him back to the. I won't go on from there, but it is just it's a great movie, and I just am enjoying the fact that MAGA is melting down over it because they see it as too politically woke. Because I mean, you saw the same woke thing in the whole Supergirl series, where it was about aliens and the reaction to them, and
I think I have to educate myself more on Supergirl and that kind of stuff. And I had no idea they were melting down. I didn't really see much that was political about the movie. I just thought it was a fun movie. But Mark, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you, brother.
And take care of that dog. He sounds like a great dog, even if he doesn't have superpowers.
He doesn't have superpowers,
right.
and he sometimes chomps the pheasants when I go hunting with him, but that's okay.
That's outstanding.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
buddy. Have a great night. Okay.
You too. Bye-bye.
That's Mark from Prairie. It's funny. Every once in a while, I will call or I'll ask somebody to clarify, and they immediately call and do so. I love it.
Does your wife do that when you need something?
At home?
Yeah.
We usually only talk on the phone when we're at home. I'll be downstairs. No, of course she does. It's great to have you guys here. The Piat family is here, Paul, Chris, and their son, Elliot. And we're talking about On Stage for Cancer. Okay, so this event is so great. It takes place July 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. on a Thursday. That is a conflict with Nightlight, by the way, so we'll have to work something out there.
I think we should do a live stream
live thing?
with you, like either that night or during dress rehearsal. The
That
night
would be
before.
really cool because Kim did that once.
Yes.
Let's talk. I love that idea.
I think
we
that
can
we
help
should
each
try and
other
do
out.
that.
That would
Yep.
be fantastic. And I was totally kidding, obviously, but that would be fun. So we've got all right. So and Dennis Peters, who has a connection to this station, he was on the former morning show here quite a bit. I've never met Dennis. I've never heard a bad thing about this guy. He sounds immensely talented and like such a great guy. And I know that I had heard that he had cancer. So do all the proceeds go to one person, or do you take a collection and it is dispensed somehow? How does that work?
Right now, we have a thriver, because a lot of times you get diagnosed with cancer and you hear the word cancer, and especially stage 4 cancer, and you think it's over. But there are so many ways that you can still continue to live and continue to thrive with cancer. And so we don't call people, survivors or cancer patients. There are cancer thrivers.
That's really,
And
I like that.
we designate a thriver to be our main thriver for the year. And we have one event per year. This year it's at the Riverside Ballroom on the 31st, and Dennis is the thriver. So our proceeds will go to Dennis.
I love that. It's so.
Yes.
Does it bother you that you have to do fundraisers for people? Like, don't you think?
Well,
people I feel like they get screwed over.
Here's the sad part. Yes. First of all, we all know too many people that have cancer.
Yeah.
Right. But On Stage for Cancer focuses on musicians and small business owners who generally aren't really cared for by the normal means of the healthcare community, right? Like insurance, we think about, you go to work and one of the questions you always ask is, but what are my benefits?
Right.
What does my insurance look like? And sadly, it is not equal for everyone.
No, it's not.
And music is important, the arts are important, and if that's your livelihood and you get sacked with cancer, what do you do? Because you can't perform, or you can't perform to the level that you had been, and then how do you pay these bills to be able to survive? So that's really what drove Kim and I to start On Stage for Cancer, is to really support the people who need the support so that they can continue to thrive through it, continue to live their best life, do what they love, and enrich the world by doing it.
That is a fantastic answer, and I think that should segue us into a song. What do you guys think?
Sure.
I like it.
What do you have? Planned?
We're gonna do "Fields of Gold" by
Oh my God, I love that song. Conrad, hit record. We're going to sell this on the black market. This is honestly one of my favorite songs. All right, we've got Chris and Paul Piet and their son Elliot performing "Fields of Gold" here on Nightlight. Take it away.
You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in its jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in its jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. See the west wind move like a lover's soul upon the fields of barley. Feel her body rise as you kiss her mouth among the fields of gold.
I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You'll remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky that we walked in fields of gold. Yeah, we walked in fields of gold. We walked in fields of...
Number of great jobs across the state open now at civicmedia.us/careers. Remembering Vietnam, brought to you by The Dispensary.
One day we started heading back to Dak To with some wounded guys in the truck, and the company commander said to stop the convoy. He said, "Where are the bodies?" We had 2 guys killed, and they had been left lying back there. That can't happen. So the captain said, "We need some guys to go back and get them." I'm thinking, I hope it's not me. And sure enough, he says, "Brzezinski, come with me. We're going back to pick up the bodies." And I'm like, "Captain, what do you mean? Can't we take the truck?" He said, "No, because they would just blow it up, and we can't afford to lose that truck." I took my helmet and flak jacket off. I could never run in those things, although I knew one well-placed bullet could kill me, and we started running back to the bodies. Mike Brzezinski, United States Army, Vietnam.
Hear this full story at WGBW.FM. Click on Remembering Vietnam. Brought to you by The Dispensary. Online at thed8dispensary.com.
Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley for over 30 years and are proud sponsors of Mino and the Mayor's Eye on the Community. Insight offers comprehensive eye care, including glasses and contact lenses. Their doctors have a special interest in treating chronic eye disease, specialty contact lenses, and pediatric care. Find Insight on Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Visit WIinsight.com to schedule your eye exam. Improving lives by improving sight. Insight Eye Care.
The Bergstrom used car sale is underway at all Bergstrom locations. Get 4.44% financing for 72 months on 2,000 used trucks, SUVs, and cars. We're overstocked with thousands of local trade-ins from our recent June sale, and every vehicle is sale priced. Shop Wisconsin's largest used vehicle inventory, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantee for complete peace of mind. Plus, every Bergstrom used vehicle is certified and comes with a warranty. Have a vehicle to sell? Bergstrom will pay you top dollar and cut you a check the same day. Don't miss out on 4.44% financing for 72 months during the Bergstrom used car sale. To approved credit on 2019 and newer vehicles, older vehicles qualify for different rates and 731.25. Choose from thousands of vehicles starting at $59.95. Local trade-ins, all sale priced from a team you can trust. Stop in to any Bergstrom location today or shop and purchase at bergstromauto.com.
Are you or a loved one facing addiction? The Wisconsin Addiction Recovery Helpline offers free and confidential support 24/7. Powered by 211 Wisconsin, local trained specialists can help connect you with local service providers for treatment, peer support, harm reduction tools, and more. Call 211, text your zip code to 898-211, or chat at 211wisconsin.org. Help is waiting. Sponsored by United Way of Wisconsin.
As Wisconsin has hit
Pete Schwaba, this is Nightlight. So good to have you with me. It is finally Monday, and we get to talk about the things we love once again. The long, brutal weekend is over. So great having the Piat family here in studio. Rob Thomas is coming up at 7:20. We'll talk movies. He's a Madison film critic. And our question of the night is, it's National Nude Day. If you had to streak, where would you streak? Let us know. That's our question, 855-752-4842. You can call in, text in, or text us. Let us know on the stream, however you're night lighting tonight. It will be great to hear from you. So the Piats are here, Chris, Paul, and their son, Elliot. We just heard the song Fields of Gold. You took us to break. It was just absolutely beautiful. How long does it take to play the mandolin, to learn how to play the mandolin?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
It seems complicated.
That's a little weird for me. I played so I played violin when did I start? When I was 10? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
9.
Let's say
9
10.
or something.
9, 10 years old.
I started that. I played through high school. And then I kind of got sick of it a little bit. I was like, it's a little too classical for me.
Okay.
So I was like, what about mandolin? It's the same. It's all the same strings. So I know, I know where my fingers are supposed to go.
I know where my fingers are supposed to go too, but sometimes
they don't go
work.
Sometimes they don't listen. Yeah, no, that's for sure. But yeah, I picked this instrument up like 3-ish months ago, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3 months ago, so I'm not super good yet.
More complicated than the guitar, I would assume, right?
I can't play that instrument.
Okay. Yeah.
To me, it's less, but I have like 9 years of violin, so
Yeah.
it's easier for me. It's unfair.
Chris, Paul, and Elliot, the Piat family, are here talking about On Stage for Cancer, this great event that's happening from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday, July 31st at the Riverside Ballroom. And proceeds this year will go to Dennis Peters from the Glam Band, who is a relationship here with WGBW and WISS. Like I said, I've not met Dennis, but I hear he's just a great guy, and I'm so glad you guys are doing this, and that On Stage for Cancer exists. You started this with Kim, and you guys also do Doctors in Recital in January. That's a charitable concert you guys put on. How can people find out more information about the event and just what you guys do in general with On Stage for Cancer?
Yes. So if you go to our website, which is onstage4cancer.org, we have all sorts of information on there. You can follow us on Facebook. We keep up to date on Facebook. We have on our website, there's ways to donate to Dennis. Just, donating cash. You can order.
Even if you're not going.
Even if you're not going.
Nice.
You can donate cash. You can bid on auction items on the 17th. We have an online auction that will go live. So you can bid. You don't have to be at the event. You can bid on any of those things.
Nice.
We do actually we just hot off the presses, added 3 tables. We were sold out, and we were able to add 3 tables. So right now, you can get there from our website, onstage4cancer.org. You can buy a table. So tables, we're selling them by the table. They're $500 a table, which is $62.50 a ticket.
Okay.
Which includes dinner, and then the night of entertainment. We'll have a full concert for you.
They also said it's a variety show.
It
Is there other stuff besides just music? Are there jugglers or comedians, or what are we looking at
Mostly
here?
I could try.
Yeah. Well, there may be funny moments. No. I think the coolest thing that we offer is that we will have an artist painting live to the music.
Okay.
And we will be auctioning off her painting.
Oh, very nice.
For Dennis.
Okay.
So it should be pretty cool. And she does really intricate work and neat things. Like she'll incorporate music into the painting, like actual sheet music.
Oh, wow.
So it's
cool.
It's very cool.
So is this sold out so early because Dennis Peters is such a swell guy and a lot of people around here know him? Or is it just this event just go over gangbusters every year?
Well, we were about halfway sold out before we announced Dennis was.
Okay.
Dennis was our recipient. So I'm sure there's a lot of people coming to support Dennis, and there's so many people that want to support him. And so we're just really encouraging people to donate online. We're also selling live stream tickets for $20.
Oh, nice.
Because we sold out so quickly, though we still have 3 tables. Go buy one. So for $20, you can be there with us from the comfort of your own home. I mean, pantsless. We talked about that before. So if you choose to do that.
Is there any other way to be at home? Honestly, let's just, I mean,
There it is.
those of us who have kids, we have to work around that. But
and you don't have to pay extra for it. Just $20.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
just watch the
Come
whole
on.
thing.
Your son Elliot is here. He just performed Fields of Gold. It was great. So you're at UWSP.
Yes.
So what do you hope to do? What do you want to do with music? Are you going to follow in the footsteps of your parents? Are you in a band? Like, what's your game plan?
Really, I could really go for anything, but my main, like if I were to pick anything, I would do, I would write music for Broadway. So I would want to write shows, stuff like that. I did a lot of theater in high school, I know, but
What is that? What was that little head fake? Not proud of your time on the stage?
He's just not a fan of self-glossing.
Okay.
That's all.
I sense that. That's very admirable.
But yeah, it's a lot of good memories. So I thought I don't know if I would want to be a performer, but doing something more behind the scenes would be fun. And since I love music so much, that would be a good little area for me.
That's great. What do you guys, when you're at home, do you play just socially? Like, how often you just break out the guitars at home and all sing together?
Paul probably plays daily.
I play all the time. It's something I don't know, it's like an addiction almost. It's like that's how I unwind. Like,
That's a healthy addiction.
Like in the mornings, a cup of coffee at the kitchen table, I can lose 45 minutes of my life really
Wow.
fast, just farting around and playing. But we play and sing at church often. Sometimes we will play and sing just for fun. Honestly, with the kids where they're at right now, so busy, it's hard to find time for us to do it all together anymore.
That's great.
But
That's great. It's great to have you guys here. Such a talented family. We're going to do intermission here and come back for Act 2. We'll have a few more minutes with the Piot family, the amazingly talented Piot family. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. Rob Thomas coming up at 7:20. Answer our question of the night. Be part of the show. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
This is 97.9 WGBW Denmark, Green Bay's real news and great conversation, a Civic Media radio station.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. Investigators are on the scene of a horrific fire at the Gabriel House Assisted Living Facility in Fall River, Massachusetts, trying to find out how 9 people died late Sunday night and 30 more were injured. They also want to know why residents were trapped, including some who leaned out of windows and screamed for help. Fall River Mayor Paul Coogan telling ABC News today.
What went on when that first alarm bell rang? There were none of our public safety people on staff at that time, and I wish there were. But I'm sure by the time this is done, because it is so severe that everything will come out in the investigation, which I hope.
A farmer in a rural Oklahoma City suburb was fatally attacked by a pair of water buffaloes he purchased at a livestock auction a day earlier. Police say Bradley McMichael suffered deep lacerations in the Friday night attack. The buffaloes were so aggressive, police couldn't get to McMichael first. Both animals were euthanized. This is ABC News.
Reach, engage, grow with Civic Media. Log on civicmedia.us/advertise.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. The budget bill recently signed into law by President Donald Trump included drastic cuts to Medicaid. Democratic U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin, who voted against the bill, said the fight for Medicaid is not over.
It's not the last act that Congress will ever take, and we will have future opportunities to fix some of the problems. But that will only happen if pressure on those who voted for it is such that they are hearing from their constituents that this was a mistake and that Congress needs to repair it.
Baldwin made her comments in Green Bay Saturday as she toured Amplify Bellin Health's ER department. Co-Chief Clinical Officer Dr. Cynthia Lasecki said when people don't have health coverage, they end up using emergency rooms as primary care providers.
Even without health insurance, people will still need care. When they cannot afford it, those costs get shifted to everyone else, driving up the total cost of care. It is a lose-lose for our patients and communities.
Baldwin says about 270,000 Wisconsinites will have their health care terminated as a result of the budget bill, costing Wisconsin hospitals $264 million a year. Wisconsin Department of Transportation officials are sharing helpful safety tips for residents hauling recreational vehicles across the state this summer. DOT officials remind residents that hauled recreational vehicles, like campers, cannot be wider than 8.5 feet or taller than 13.5 feet. They are also required to follow all posted weight restrictions on roads and bridges across the state. Residents should remember to check the condition of their trailer and make sure everything is properly secured before hitting the road. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
The Brewers sweep the Nationals. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers beat Washington 8-1 to complete a 3-game sweep heading into the All-Star break. But manager Pat Murphy said they weren't playing their best ball.
We weren't on all cylinders by any stretch in the last 3 games, but we had big innings and we did what we had to do. And there were some unique performances, but it's Major League Baseball. Anytime you can win 3 games, you're lucky in a series. So it wasn't like we walked away with anything.
Right fielder Sal Frelick undergoing an MRI after making a sliding catch in foul territory, suffering a hamstring injury. Last night in the MLB draft, the Brewers selecting 5 new players, 2 infielders, 3 pitchers. The draft continues today. NBA, the Bucks introducing Miles Turner as their new center, picked up in free agency from the Pacers. Turner asked if he's heard from Giannis yet.
Yeah, we texted back just a little bit, but he was on vacation and I was on vacation, so I know how that go.
That's the Bucks' Miles Turner. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Come work with us. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state. Open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly clear tonight, warm and muggy with a low in the upper 60s. For tomorrow, sunny, warmer again, little humid, highs in the upper 80s. On Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. High near 80. We're sitting at 84 degrees right now.
Maggie Dawn.
At the top of the show, I'll be joined by former U.S. Attorney and host of Amicus, Jim Santel. We'll discuss the big takeaways of the last term of the Supreme Court.
The Maggie Dawn Show, weekdays 4 till 6. The Maggie Dawn Show.
Stephanie Bloomingdale, president of the Wisconsin AFL-CIO. The big brewer bill is basically an all-out assault on working Americans.
No tax on tips. It's not as good as it sounds because a lot of tipped workers are not paying that higher level of taxes in the first place.
As the wealthiest among us, dine at the feast of all feasts. Don't be fooled by the table scraps.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show at its new time, weekdays 4 till 6 p.m. The Todd Albaugh Show.
I get why you, Senator Royce, were a no vote on this budget. I think the people that voted no on this were standing up for public education.
I think that's exactly right. We heard from people loud and clear in this budget cycle and 2 years ago, the number one priority that people asked for, whether they called, emailed, or showed up at the public hearings, they want our schools funded. Our kids deserve better schools. They have been underfunded for decades, and it is time for us to prioritize public education.
The Todd Albaugh Show. Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who once planted evidence so he could make a citizen's arrest, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off hour number 2 here. Version of Night Light. So great to have you with me. We've got such a fun night here. We've got live entertainment in the studio with the Piat family who are here talking about On Stage for Cancer, which I will tell you a little more about. It's coming up in just a couple of weeks. At 7:20, Rob Thomas joins the show. He's a Madison-based film critic and one of our frequent flyers here at Night Light. Conrad Krieger running the board. You doing okay, buddy? You need anything?
I'm doing great.
Okay, good to have you. We've got a great question tonight, folks, too. Pardon me. It's national. Hey, when I just did that, I sounded like Lois Lane. My voice got a little raspy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Rachel Brosnahan. She was good.
She was great.
Yeah. Lois Lane apparently has to have a raspy voice. Yeah. Rachel Brosnahan, native Wisconsinite, by the way, and Margot Kidder from from the 1970s Superman. They both had that, like, kind of, it's a little sexier when they do it. It just sounds terrible. I'm in no danger of joining the Piat family in song during their stay here.
You're our manager. You can be our manager.
Oh, really? You be my house band, and I'll be your manager. We could work something out here. Our question of the night, it is National Nude Day. So our question of the night is, if you had to streak, or just wanted to, I suppose, what would you do? Where would you go streaking? What event would you choose? We'll catch up on some text in just a minute here, but it's 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app, or if you're watching the radio, text us on the stream. Dave on the stream says, I'm not that into running, so I would sit naked on a bench on a running path and watch the reactions. That actually sounds very interesting. And Dave says, of course, I'd be waving like Forrest and wearing a smiley face pasties on my nipples.
Pasties.
That might be the first time we've said nipples on this show, Conrad.
No, we've touched on nipples before.
You've got that in the memos?
That was horrible, Conrad. That was horrible, buddy.
If you did it on purpose, you're a genius. Thank you, Dave. Thanks for setting Conrad up inadvertently. We've also got, I love this text from Tony the Trucker. We've got an actual streaker chiming in, and he says, Pete, done that. 1974, passed the auditorium of my alma mater as a school play was letting out, and yeah, alcohol was involved. I wonder if anybody has ever streaked where alcohol was not involved. It seems like it's kind of a prerequisite for running naked through wherever you go.
Yeah, liquid courage.
Liquid courage, exactly.
Gets you through a lot. Yeah.
Lee from De Pere says, or we could all go streaking down at the Quad. Outstanding, a reference to old school. Love it. Tom from New Berlin says, I think naked drive-through would be the most ballsy. All right, Tom.
Boy.
Things are going downhill in a hurry here, thanks to my question of the night. Mark from Prairie du Sac also says, polar bear plunge would involve significant shrinkage. Yes, I would imagine that's true, Mark. I don't want to speak for all men, but yeah, probably.
You know, the issue isn't your question. The issue is the fact that there actually is a day.
That dedicated to this.
Right?
I know it's really odd, but there's a day for everything. Like
That
there's
is true.
National, Peppermint Tea Day. It's very specific. And finally, Mark from Prairie du Sac, in reference to our guests, the Piat family, and On Stage for Cancer, says, cancer sucks. And after my diagnosis in 2019, I took the line from Game of Thrones. There is one God, and his name is death. In your answer to that, God is not today. There is one God, and his name is death. Oh, okay. And your answer to that, God, is not today. Very well said, Mark. I'm so used to there being typos in texts that I thought maybe he meant in death. But no, he got it right. It was me that stumbled there. Thank you, buddy. That's a great text. He says, attitude is a good chunk of recovery. I can't thank my oncology team enough. Very well said, Mark. And glad you're doing well. And thank you, as always, for being part of Nightlight. All right, let's get back to the fun in the studio here. The Piat family is here. Christine, Paul, and their son, Elliot, who has a mandolin, which is so cool. We heard Fields of Gold before. You
I put it down.
You
yeah.
retired it for the evening?
I retired it.
That's okay. So On Stage for Cancer takes place July 31st at the Riverside Ballroom here in Green Bay from 6 to 8 p.m. And this is so great. This year's beneficiary is Dennis Peters, who is the leader of the Glam Band and a multi-whammy winner, right?
Yes.
Have you guys ever been to that? Is that like a really cool...
I have not gone.
Yeah. Has Kim ever been there?
I don't think so.
Okay. It seems like a really fun event. I know our bar band Friday night we do here with Terry Barr. She's been there. But Dennis Peters, an award-winning singer, supposedly an incredible performer. I've never seen him, but we wish him well. And it's so great that you guys are helping out with On Stage for Cancer. So what else can people expect at this year's event?
So we have put together, I'll give you some of the song titles, and we'll see if you can figure out the theme.
All right.
Because there's a specific theme, but
She's very proud of it.
I already like it. I don't even know where it's going, but I think it sounds cool.
Chicken Fried, Zach Brown, Chicken Fried.
Okay.
9 to 5 by Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, that one threw me. Okay.
Oh, but okay. Cracklin' Rosie.
Neil Diamond. All right.
I believe you have me singing Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
I get to put on some flip-flops.
That's
my favorite thing.
a few of my favorite things.
These
Julie
are a
Andrews.
few, but it's a super cool jazzy version.
I am not seeing a theme here.
Food and drink.
A few of my favorite things. Margaritaville.
Margaritaville, vodka and tonic in Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Oh,
He
okay.
mentions vodka and tonic.
Oh.
You have favorite things is schnitzel with noodles, she says.
Wow. Okay.
Chicken fry.
Some are much
obviously.
more obvious than others. so there is a food or drink reference, I think, in every
But what does
song.
she say in 9 to 5? What's the Dolly Parton?
Stumble to the kitchen and you
Stumble to the
pour a
kitchen.
cup of ambition.
Ambition. Which either could be a gin and tonic or coffee. I always assumed it was coffee.
Just how much ambition do you need?
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Is it hair of the dog or do you just need coffee?
Exactly. Well, I would love to hear you guys play something else before we get pressed for time. Do you have something you've prepared, or you just want to?
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking?
Sure. Yeah, we're gonna do "Landslide" by Fleetwood Mac.
Love it. This is the Piat family: Christine, Paul, and Elliot. And Elliot is featured tonight, so take it away whenever you're ready.
Making the kids work a little bit.
Took my love and I took it down. I climbed the mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. I climbed a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring you down? And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring you down? Oh, the landslide bring you down.
Very nice. That was great. Paul, the guitar on that, beautiful too.
Well, thank you.
You guys got all the bases covered. Two
a lot of
beautiful
fun.
voices, some guitars. Very well done, you guys. This is so fun.
Thank you. We
Thanks.
appreciate you inviting us to be here.
Always. Well, first of all, it's for a great cause, and it's outstanding entertainment because you guys you never disappoint when you're here. I don't want to say you're even better without Kim here. I don't want to start that kind of nonsense.
She's our eye candy.
All right. So where else do you guys perform? You do Doctors in Recital, On Stage for Cancer. Do you work other gigs, or do you play other places?
So Paul and I used to play out, but then we decided to just kind of focus in on the kids.
Yeah.
Right. And so they were really busy through high school. And so really we kind of play at church is where we play, and are kind of like, the sports parents who travel all over for tournaments, but we're the music parents. And so we go to all their performances and just decided that we had our time.
Right.
I mean, that sounds weird, but like that we can focus on the kids now because they're entering their prime performing time.
Are you empty nesters now?
We
I mean,
are.
when the kids are at
When they're
school
gone,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's how we.
I mean, we really miss them.
He's crying inside.
I will say it's eerie. Like sometime when my son first went to college about 5 years ago, I felt like I still heard him downstairs. And now my daughter's gone and she's just kind of a force. It's like, it's weird not having that energy in the house. Do you guys sing still? Do you play your instruments when the kids are away? Do the two of you as a couple just play?
Yep.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Well, and the neat thing is the gentleman we played with when we had a group, we were called Spare Time, and we did like coffee shop gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Brad Beck is his name. Longtime family friend, honorary brother, I'd even call it. But yeah, the three of us played together. He is going to be part of the concert.
Oh, fantastic.
On Stage for Cancer. So he's going to get to join us. So it'll be kind of cool.
All right. It's the Piat family. You be performing. Will you bring the mandolin?
Yeah. Yeah. For welcome, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So
He's very confident in that, can you tell?
well, that's why he's got his parents there to remind him. So it's On Stage for Cancer, folks, July 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a Thursday at the Riverside Ballroom right here in Green Bay.
Chicken dinner.
Proceeds go to Dennis Peters of the Glam Band. And based on what I've heard about Dennis, it couldn't be a better event for a better guy. So good luck with that. Thank you, as always, for being here. You're all welcome to come back. Even if you don't know the guest, just come by and give support, general support,
She's really good, right?
Yeah, there was no mistakes.
Did you feel supported?
I don't want to say.
Should
Conrad felt supported. All right, we're coming right back with Rob Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the
Thank
Piat
you.
family. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night.
Pete.
Listening to the Talk of Green Bay, WGBW.
I'm Dan Schaefer. Let's recombobulate. In a chaotic and somewhat discombobulating end to the process, Wisconsin lawmakers passed a state budget and Governor Tony Evers signed it into law at about 1:30 a.m. on July 3rd. What made this budget different from the others signed in this era of divided government is that Democratic votes were needed to pass the budget in the state Senate. Part of the reason that was made possible is because of new, fairer maps. Last November, Senate Democrats flipped 4 seats, shrinking the Republican majority to just an 18-15 margin. Now, candidates are already lining up to take this the rest of the way and flip the chamber. Democrat Jenna Jacobson, who currently serves in the Assembly, is now running for Senate, challenging Republican Howard Markline in the 17th district. If Democrats can flip that district and one more seat, they could control the state Senate for the first time in more than 15 years. That would be a big deal for state politics in Wisconsin.
Find all of Dan's work at the Recombobulation area.
Gagnon Clay Products in Green Bay salutes our brave men and women of our military and our veterans who have kept us free. Because of them, we enjoy the greatest freedom in the world. Honor them by donating blood at your local hospital. Your gift may save a life. This from Gagnon Clay Products in Green Bay, your brick, stone, and fireplace experts since 1914. Visit GAGNON clayproducts.com or call 920-498-8549.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of
Welcome back to Nightlight. I'm Pete Schwaba, your loyal host for this evening's festivities. Always great to have the Piat family in here, with or without Kim Shefchick, Conrad. I wasn't sure how that was going to go.
It turned out great.
Turned out just wonderful. So definitely support On Stage for Cancer, folks. You can go to their website and check it out. You can live stream it on at home in the comfort of your own home for $20. The proceeds go to a great cause. Dennis Peters of the Glam Band, and just lots of stuff. And you can just make a donation too if you can't make it there in person. Although they have allotted more tickets, so they added more tables. You can still go in person, but you can live stream it, or you can just make a donation, and it's for an outstanding cause. So there you go. All right, so we've got from live studio entertainment to this next guest, who I love having on the show. Rob and I usually connect before the show to find out what we've been watching so we can decide what we're going to discuss. But he's seen so much stuff, I feel confident knowing that he's going to be an outstanding interview, as he always is, because he is the guy who is in the know when it comes to show business. He joins us now over the stream, Madison-based film critic and CityCast Madison newsletter editor, Rob Thomas. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Pete. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
So it's National Streaking Day, Rob. You ever had the pleasure?
I have not.
Okay.
Do people still? We have the naked bike ride here in Madison. That's a time-honored tradition. But do people still streak on foot? That seems more dangerous to me.
I think we're too lazy as a country to streak on foot. It's actually
hey, they're getting exercise, right?
That's true. I misspoke. It's actually National Nude Day. The question is, if you were to streak, what event would you choose? I chose a conclave. What did you say, Con?
I said either a nude cruise or a movie theater.
Yeah, nude cruise. You get you're already halfway there.
Yeah.
So why not? Yeah. So give it some thought, Rob. If you want to wait and answer toward the end of the show, that's fine. So how's it going? I just have to ask first and foremost, did you see Superman?
I did. We saw it. My daughters and I saw it Sunday.
Okay. Yesterday.
That's right.
Same here. All right. So let's start with a good old fashioned summer blockbuster movie, Superman. What did you think?
I would say I liked Superman, and I loved Crypto the dog. He reminded me so much of one of our dogs when he was a puppy and would just destroy the house. Like he seemed possessed. And to have that energy in a super dog, I thought was pretty funny all the way through.
It was a fun part of the film whenever Crypto was on camera. And I got to tell you, I think they say kids and animals are the hardest to work with when you make movies. I don't doubt that. And Crypto, I don't know how they did it. Some of the dog had to be CGI, some of it, right?
Well, I think the dog is, so what I heard is the dog is CGI, but it's modeled on the director's own dog so they used like all his videos of his dog, who's just as insane as Crypto is, and kind of modeled it off that. So that's why it's definitely, I mean, dogs can't fly, and it would be extremely dangerous to try and make it fly. But the way it looks like a real dog kind of all the way through, I think that's why.
Yeah. What did you think of the movie, Rob? Like overall, did you?
I thought it was a lot of fun. It took me a little while to get into the rhythm of it, because probably like you, I would imagine the Christopher Reeve Superman is the gold standard for me. That first movie, those first two movies, which are much more, I mean, they're fun, but they're also very serious and heroic and mythic. And this one, the director James Gunn did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and brought that, humor, brought like a lot of characters, a lot of aliens, a lot of stuff into it that at first did not quite mesh for me with what I thought a superhero movie should be. But I got into it pretty quick and had a really good time. I think the guy who plays Superman is great. I thought he was a very good choice as sort of a more human-sized Superman. Lots of good jokes. So yeah, that's kind of where I landed. I had a really good time.
What did you think of Rachel Brosnahan?
Oh, she's great as Lois Lane. She's great. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I thought was really good. Those three, if I have a criticism with the movie, is that those three are all so good that I got a little frustrated when the movie would sort of go off with some minor character away from those three. Like there's not even that much Superman in this movie sometimes.
Oh,
which
that's
is
interesting. Yeah.
And almost no Clark Kent, which is also like, that's what I loved about the first movie, was like the way Christopher Reeve would go from being Clark Kent to Superman sometimes in one shot. And he could be really funny as Clark Kent. Like he was a great physical comedian and then become the superhero. Whereas like, I think there's like one scene with Clark Kent in this movie, maybe, and the rest he's Superman.
That's a great point. I didn't really realize that. Con, did you have a...
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard the salaries that they got, like between those three. And Superman and Lois Lane got $750,000 for it, their roles, and Nicholas Hoult got $2 million.
Rob, does that surprise? Like, I'm not surprised about Brosnahan and Cornswet, but I'm surprised Nicholas Hoult didn't get. Now they're going to make a ton on residuals and that kind of thing. It's great to be a part of a movie like that. I guess that surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, David Cornswet, the only thing I've seen him in before this was he had a pretty small role in that Twisters movie last summer. But Rachel Brosnahan, she had Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yeah. She's definitely probably the best known of the three. So yeah, I'm a little surprised, but also, I mean, none of them are stars, I would say.
Right. They were smart to do that. I mean, your budget went elsewhere. But Rob Thomas is here, folks. We're going to continue our discussion of Superman when we come back after this news break. Rob is here, and we'll talk movies and CityCast Madison, all kinds of fun stuff. It's great to have him here. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
With senoritas who can sway.
Listening to the Talk of Green Bay, WGBW, home for the Maggie Dawn Show.
Join the family. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. Investigators are on the scene of a horrific fire at the Gabriel House Assisted Living Facility in Fall River, Massachusetts, trying to find out how 9 people died late Sunday night and 30 more were injured. They also want to know why residents were trapped, including some who leaned out of windows and screamed for help. Fall River Mayor Paul Coogan telling ABC News today.
What went on when that first alarm bell rang? There were none of our public safety people on staff at that time, and I wish there were. But I'm sure by the time this is done, because it is so severe that everything will come out in the investigation, which I hope.
A farmer in a rural Oklahoma City suburb was fatally attacked by a pair of water buffaloes he purchased at a livestock auction a day earlier. Police say Bradley McMichael suffered deep lacerations in the Friday night attack. The buffaloes were so aggressive, police couldn't get to McMichael first. Both animals were euthanized. This is ABC News.
The Brewers sweep the Nationals. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers beat Washington 8-1 to complete a 3-game sweep heading into the All-Star break. But manager Pat Murphy said they weren't playing their best ball.
We weren't on all cylinders by any stretch in the last 3 games, but we had big innings and we did what we had to do. And, there were some unique performances, but it's Major League Baseball. Anytime you can win 3 games, you're lucky in a series. So it wasn't like we walked away with anything.
Right fielder Sal Frelick undergoing an MRI after making making a sliding catch in foul territory, suffering a hamstring injury. Last night in the MLB draft, the Brewers selecting 5 new players, 2 infielders, 3 pitchers. The draft continues today. NBA, the Bucks introducing Miles Turner as their new center, picked up in free agency from the Pacers. Turner asked if he's heard from Giannis yet.
Yeah, we texted back just a little bit, but he was on vacation and I was on vacation, so, I know how that go.
That's the Bucks' Miles Turner with Sports on Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Do I recommend Superman? Sort of. As a video, it rocks. But as a movie, I guess it's still just okay. First, the good. James Gunn keeps the action and story moving along nicely. The film relies on what we already know about Superman, his adoptive parents in Kansas, and Lex Luthor, who in this installment resembles a certain billionaire. The filmmakers choose to go right to the bells and whistles, i.e. action, music, and some stunning effects. They even introduce a character that looks like it stumbled into the wrong movie from Jurassic World. There were a few other tangential issues I had, including a couple Daily Planet reporters who didn't even need to be in the film. And with a total of about 5 lines, actor Wendell Pierce as Perry White had absolutely nothing to do in the film. But Pierce is a great actor and deserves the residual checks coming his way. The main players, David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan, are great as Superman and Lois. Having said that, there is definitely enough cinematic energy in this movie to make the theater-going experience more fun than watching it at home. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Rebuilding and refreshing local radio one station at a time. This Civic Media radio station is proud to be a part of your community. Learn more at civicmedia.us.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly clear tonight, warm and muggy with a low in the upper 60s. For tomorrow, sunny, warmer again, little humid, highs in the upper 80s. On Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. High near 80. We're sitting at 84 degrees right now.
Matt Nair on air.
Author of America, Let Me In, Felipe Torres Medina is here.
My funny book about immigration. You can see how the current administration and their policies are affecting the communities. But I'm a comedian. It is really sad, but how about some jokes? Because that's the only way I can,
If we don't take a moment to laugh about something, we're all going to self-destruct.
100%.
Matt Nair on air. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. The Todd Albaugh Show.
I came walking in here just a moment ago, and there was a young lady sitting here with a chicken.
It's fantastic. Kaylee High from Staley Boyd High School. What's the line of bird?
So this is Sue. She's a Dominique, and she's 6 years old.
Is Sue here? Does she laying eggs?
She did used to. She's too old.
So chickens go through menopause?
Yes. Yeah,
really?
Pretty much. Yeah, basically.
It's a post-menopausal chicken. My sisters can relate.
The Todd Albaugh Show. Weekdays 2 to 4 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. Jane Matt Nair and Greg Bach.
Coming up on the show, Wisconsin is going to be doing things.
I get so lost sometimes.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Our question of the night is, it's National Nude Day. Yes, there is a national day that celebrates nudity. If you were to go streaking, at what event would you streak? So let us know. We've had some pretty fun answers. Drive-thrus. Tony the trucker has actually struck or streaked. Stranked.
I don't know. That's, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually met a streaker. But that is neither here nor there. So let us know your question, and then let's get back to Rob Thomas, because his time is valuable because he's reviewing movies and television that you need to hear about, folks. He joins us now over the stream. We were talking about Superman, Rob, before the break. That was interesting what you said about Clark Kent. I didn't realize that, and that was kind of strange because that's kind of the essence of Superman too, or at least the human side, I guess. I was kind of shocked. I liked it, but I feel like movies are kind of just becoming videos. There's like music and effects, and I felt the same way about F1. In Superman, Wendell Pierce was totally wasted. I think Perry White had like 5 lines. I don't understand what the sports reporter or the blonde reporter with the cleavage, they didn't need to be in the movie. I mean, that was just like, and I don't know if I like the Guardians. Like all of a sudden, Rachel Brosnahan knows how to drive that guy's. It's just so many crazy things happening. It's like, it did make me miss. And I don't know if it's because I'm older or what, but the Superman of the 70s, where this is Superman, this is Clark, here's the bad guy. Even Superman 2, you had those three, I forget their names, but it was just simpler and not as chaotic.
Well, to me, that's James Gunn. I mean, that's the Guardians
Yeah.
movies where there's just lots going on. There's so many, there's so many characters. The whole Justice Gang. There's the whole prison sequence and the pocket universes and and this is for a summer blockbuster. This is not a long movie. It's like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours.
Oh, I was happy
So I do wonder if a lot of people, like all those Daily Planet staffers, maybe had larger roles that got kind of cut down to nothing. But I kind of went along for the ride, and that's a James Gunn movie. Somebody else Christopher Nolan would have made a totally different Superman movie, probably a better one. But if this is the one we get, I enjoyed the energy. I think I kind of enjoyed taking a break from the origin story, just because Superman, the first one, did it so well with Krypton, and I don't need that to be told yet again in another movie. It's kind of reminded me of that Batman movie with Robert Pattinson from a couple years ago, where they started, where he's like 2 years in to being Batman. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely parts where I was like, this didn't need to be here, or I wish there was more of that. But on balance, I had a good time. I think the message of it, which is like, hey, it was kindness is punk rock or something like that.
I like that a lot.
Very, very timely and important message. And so I'm all, I had a good time. I'll see it again and probably enjoy it even more now that my expectations are sort of, scaled appropriately.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way, and I enjoyed it. Like, I went with my wife, and it's not like we had a good time. I guess naturally I'm going to compare it to a different Superman or
Absolutely
have my own opinions, but overall, it's a fun. The effects were great, and I like the two main cast members too. So, what else have you seen, Rob? Have you seen Jurassic World Rebirth?
Yeah, did we talk? I can't remember if we talked about that. We did see that.
Yeah,
it's been a little while. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, if I was ranking the summer movies I've seen, I'd put Superman in between F1 a little higher and Jurassic a little lower. Like, I like the dinosaurs. The people are extremely cliched, I thought. And like the first 20 minutes where it's just the characters, like Scarlett Johansson, and like, it's really rough. Like, it's like, this is they almost say, like, this is my character motivation. This is my character motivation. This is my past trauma I'm dealing with. Well, this is my past trauma. And then, but, and so once the dinosaurs get into it, it's fun, but it does, and it's better than, I saw the first of the Chris Pratt ones and the Jurassic World, and I like it better than that one for sure. But like, they'll never come anywhere near the first Jurassic Park, I think, of that series.
It's funny because, like, I went into this movie expecting to hate it.
And
I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Mahershala Ali. But I agree with you. I'm like, why are they talking right now? Nobody cares. Get to the dinosaurs. And then I watched Rob Jaws with my kids a couple weeks ago. They'd never seen it. And I liked that more than I remember liking it. That gets right into it. The girl is swimming. Within 15 minutes, there's another shark attack. And I thought, that's what Jurassic Park needs, is like a Quint, a Robert Shaw character who's been, they fast forwarded. Why not have a guy that's been battling these? I don't know, an interesting character, because I totally agree with you. You got these two great actors, and they gave nothing to do.
That is a great idea. Like, because it does seem like every character in the movies are encountering dinosaurs for the first time, and like, have a guy who's been at this for like 30, because it's been like 30 years in the movie universe of dinosaur. Some guy who's like, maybe lost a finger to a raptor, and he's out for revenge. I think that's a great idea.
If he's been battling dinosaurs for 30 years, he's just a head now. He's lost every other body part. Like, but you could make him like 28 years later, like the Ralph Fiennes character, something like that. I felt like that. This movie was lacking, but but again, overall, with my expectations lower, I love the dinosaurs. Like the CGI has just gotten so much better, I think.
Yeah. And there's the scene with the T-Rex and the raft I thought was really well done. And, it was the movie where like that scene was good. But, we look at the overall movie, there's not really much to it,
Totally agree.
other than those scenes. Yeah.
Where are you at? Did you see F1?
Seen it twice. Yeah. I saw it,
okay.
with my wife, and then I was out in Colorado, and my mom wanted to see it, probably for Brad Pitt.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's a really fun movie to watch. Again, it's a movie where the weakest part is the people, and that story is beyond simple. Brad Pitt, the old guy, and the cocky youngster, and the underdogs. But it's just so well done, and the more you learn about how they shot it, and I don't think I realized the first time I saw it that they were shooting kind of before and during real Formula One races. Like they'd run out on the track and shoot, and then get off before the I mean, it's incredible that it really shows in the film. Like it really feels like you're there.
It's funny. I don't know anything about racing, but I do have this. When I was watching Formula One, the pit crews, that just floored me how fast they are.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. If that was even close to real time, that was like my favorite part of the movie.
Well, all that. And then like basically I thought the purpose of F1 racing is go fast. Right. And to learn about the strategies and which tires you use, and when the two teammates working together. Like I didn't know any of that stuff. And so especially the second watch, I think I was able to understand that more and really appreciate it in the way they use those things to create drama and make it more interesting than just like, cars going around a track over and over again. So,
we just talked about 3 films that are kind of just fun audience movies.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be Oscar nominated, but you can go check them out and probably have a really good time in the theater, right?
I totally agree. Yeah. I mean, and all 3, I think, benefit from the big screen, big time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You on your Substack, and by the way, follow Rob Thomas at Not That Rob Thomas Substack. He does movie reviews there, and they're really good. And Rob is my guest right now on the stream. You're very welcome, Rob. I thought you reviewed this movie I haven't seen. I thought it sounded really good, though. 40 Acres. Can you tell us about it sounded amazing.
Yeah, it may be gone from theaters now. It was a smaller movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was really good. It was sort of it's set in like the near future, and like, it's sort of post-apocalyptic, but sort of in a way where there's been a lot of famine, a lot of starvation. And so people who own farmland are sort of like that's the most valuable land on the planet if you can grow things. And so it's this blended family led by this couple who are sort of ex-military, and they're sort of keeping the farm safe and their kids safe from all these marauders outside. And so it's great action. It's sort of a little 28 years later-y, I think, not zombies, but sort of that idea of society falling apart and people trying to hold it together. But it's a really good balance of like that kind of action and then like family drama. And the actress who plays the mother is Danielle Deadwyler, who was nominated for the Emmett Till movie a couple of years ago, nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
She is phenomenal. Like, it is one of the best performances of the year. It's this woman who is incredibly capable, incredibly tough, but also like, right on the edge of collapse after trying to keep her family together for so long. And so, yeah, given this probably just out of theaters, it's probably gonna be on VOD pretty soon. Definitely a sleeper, but I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Oscar potential for
I don't know. It's such a small movie,
Yeah.
But I think if you see it, she's just undeniable. She's like one of those actresses, I think, who, even though she has an Oscar nomination, she's going to break big in some role pretty soon.
I love when I read a review where I'm like, I can't wait to see this movie. So that's definitely on my list.
Okay.
And then what about how are you doing with Department Q? That's a show on is it Peacock?
Netflix.
Oh, Department Q is Netflix. Okay, I finished it and I liked it.
We finished it too, and yeah, I liked it too. Solid mystery drama, set in Scotland. It was one of those movies where one of those TV shows, where like at first it's all about the main character, but as you watch it, you start liking all the people around him more, like the two sort of sidekicks that the detective has, and his weird yoga roommate. And, that guy was really funny. And I thought it was very smart that they sort of gave you initially this very acerbic detective in the lead, and then he kind of recedes a little bit and softens and let you see these other characters sort of move to the fore. And I think that helps sustain us through the 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah, I love the Syrian partner.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even really a partner because he's not a cop yet. But
Right.
He's like this crazy trained paramilitary guy, and who's soft spoken and thoughtful. And
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
boss. It was a very I didn't love it, but it was really a solid show, and I couldn't wait to sit down with it every night.
That's how we felt too. And I'm definitely up for a second season. And I guess it's based on a series of books. So there's more material there. But I just a good sit down, satisfying summer watch.
That's great. Great way to put it. And what about I'm new to the party on Poker Face. And I like it. It's kind of one of those weird shows. You watched it, right? I don't want to bring this up if you
I
haven't seen
watched the first season, and we watched
Okay.
the first couple of episodes of the new season, and it hasn't really grabbed us, and I don't really know why. The best way I can describe it is it's sort of like a modern day Columbo.
Yeah.
In the sense that the audience knows who the killer is. It's a different case of the week. And then this amateur detective who's played by Natasha Lyonne comes in and is able to sort of figure out what's going on and who's the killer and brings them to justice. And I think maybe the first two, I don't know. It's very light on the mystery, maybe. I don't know. It hasn't really...
Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up right there. We're going to do a really quick break. We'll have a couple more minutes with our pal Rob Thomas. Coming up next, it's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
As Wisconsin has a fish fry on a Friday night, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.FM and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.FM. We can work together to have real news and great conversation while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
Stephanie Bloomingdale, president of the Wisconsin AFL-CIO. The Big Bureau Bill is basically an all-out assault on working Americans.
No tax on tips. It's not as good as it sounds because a lot of tipped workers are not paying that higher level of taxes in the first place.
As the wealthiest among us, dine at the feast of all feasts. Don't be fooled by the table scraps.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show at its new time, weekdays 4 till 6 p.m. Mornings with Pat Kreitlow.
Folks just deserve a little bit better than the usual promises that they're getting. But our members of Congress, 2 of them from here in Wisconsin, recently signed a letter to Canada and said, Canada, you're on fire. You need to do something about this, which is really not necessarily the best course of action when your neighbor's house is burning down, is to send a letter complaining about the smoke.
Mornings with Pat Kreitlow. Weekdays 6 to 9 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the
Welcome back. This is Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. Great to have you with me as we wind down a Monday night here tomorrow night on the show. Comedian and podcaster Mike Schmidt will be here. Mike is always a blast. He's going to talk about one of his idols who passed away recently, Michael Madsen, and probably have a great story. That story he told last time he was here about the girls challenging him and his friends to basketball. And
So funny.
The guys were not athletic, and the girls were all on the team, and they came out and did a layup line on a Saturday morning. They got destroyed because the guys were so big.
You know, the other
Catch
story
my
he had
breath.
too was when he was in the gas station. And
He
was
fell asleep. Oh, God, it's beautiful. Or he stayed at his friend's house and played hooky, and then the mom came home for lunch. The guy is just packed with stories. Can't wait to talk to Mike. And then 7,000 Apart will be here in studio. John and Amelie, always fun. Brilliantly, unbelievably talented rock duo. They'll be here tomorrow night as well. We have a few more minutes with our pal Rob Thomas here. I want to read this text, though, before we get back to Rob. Steady Eddie says, he's in the 608. He says, Pete, in 1974, when streaking was a new thing, and after a long, cold winter, 3 streakers appeared from the night in the shared light in the courtyard of 3 dorms at UW Stevens Point. The scene drew quite an excited crowd. Then a bell, those streakers did ring. So I guess it was a 1974 happening celebrating spring. I didn't realize Steady Eddie was using verse when I started reading that. Apologies, Steady Eddie. He says, I also once, as I was driving by, saw a naked guy running alone down the sidewalk in Madison at 1:30 in the morning. By coincidence or not, Pete, he was running down Johnson Street. Steady Eddie. Thank you, buddy. Great text, as always, my friend. And then AJ from the 608 says, hi, Pete and Conrad. If I were to streak, it would be the Super Bowl for sure, but realistically, would be a movie set where I can sneak into. Listen, AJ, wherever you streak, just take pictures and we'll post them here on the
Pete,
stream.
I'm gonna just the next movie.
Your,
I'm gonna give him the address for that.
You're gonna give him the address
For your next.
where you next. Okay, on
For
the
the movie
set
set.
or at the premiere. Either way.
Oh, there you go.
Bring some excitement to our lives. Rob Thomas is here. We're talking to Rob. He is a Madison-based film critic and is the CityCast Madison newsletter editor, and he joins us periodically here on Nightlight. Rob, we were talking about Poker Face, and I think just the falling into a caper every week I have an issue with. It's just kind of a weird thing, but I do like it's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a throwback to those, like I said, Columbo, those movies or TV shows from the 70s where everything was wrapped up by the closing credits, which we're not really used to anymore. And I think it's fun, but also like it doesn't necessarily bring you back to watch it because it's like there's no hooks that the way Department Q has to bring you back. But it's a good show. I mean, I'm sure I'll get back to it.
It had a very Better Call Saul element to it, where it kind of takes its time and sets up who the killer is.
Sure.
And I don't know. It was a weird thing, but I liked it. But I didn't. I'm not loving it. But I'll finish the first season. I'm behind on it anyway. It came out 5 years ago, but that's how it is with some of these. Did you watch season 3 of White Lotus, Rob?
Did not. I've only seen the first season of White Lotus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
which we liked, but I think that's enough rich people behaving badly for a while for us. So
that's what the show is. So
basically, yeah.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about the you wrote about the Smart Studio story and the screening at the Atwood Music Hall. I can't remember if it was in your Substack or for CityCast, but or maybe it was just on Facebook. But did you attend that?
I missed it. I saw that movie when it was at the Wisconsin Film Festival a few years ago. We were probably both there with the filmmaker Wendy Schneider and I think it was 3 members of Garbage, because 2 of them own the studio. And it's a great film and a fascinating story. That
Were
little
you at
building.
the Q&A at the Barrymore? Because I
Yeah.
hosted that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
why that's why it went so well. That's right. Yeah.
That's why I couldn't remember if I was there or if he was the host. No, you're right. It was Butch Vig and Steve Marker, the founders of Smart Studios, and then Wendy Snyder, a great filmmaker who made this film about her bosses, basically.
Yeah.
Such a great story, and I wish I could have been there at the Atwood Music Hall. We had Wendy on last week to kind of talk about it a little bit, but great movie, right?
Yeah, it's so entertaining and so many good stories, both of like these huge bands like Nirvana. I mean, the huge Smashing Pumpkins who would record there.
Yeah.
And then like just all these scrappy little Madison and Wisconsin bands who they would also get studio time there, and it really shaped kind of that grunge sound of the 90s. I think that do-it-yourself thing.
And all from that little studio right there at Baldwin in East Washington.
There's just, I'm sure lots of people drive by. It's now a private residence. A woman bought it and turned it into, she tried to make it an Airbnb, but the rules in Madison were too onerous. So it's like a residence is like a shrine to Smart Studios, where she has like, posters and T-shirts and all this stuff up.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we have about a minute left, Rob. I just want to give you a hard time because you recently posted a picture of a hamburger with a hot dog on top of it on Facebook. And I hear you were doing spin classes and Pilates and jazzercise. I thought you were getting in shape. What was that all about?
That was 10 years ago. I was like, when I used to do this column, Hardee's had for 4th of July, like a 4th of July burger. There was like a burger and then hot dog and then like potato chips on top. And it was life-changing. For good or for bad.
Way.
Probably both. It's probably still in my system somewhere 10 years later. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to work that through. No question.
Yeah.
Hey, always fun, buddy. Thanks so much for your time tonight. And
thanks, Pete.
Until next time. All right, that's Rob Thomas, folks. Have a great night, Rob. Thanks so much to Rob. Thank you to the Piat family for coming in. Chris, Paul, Elliot, and Tess. They were all here. That was fun. Conrad is contemplating where he's going to streak next, and we'll talk about that some more. That was
maybe the public pool.
How about the public library?
Well, then you can't make noise though. So,
wait, would you make noise when you streak? What do you have?
You gotta scream,
I usually like to blow a bugle when I streak. Just
a nice trumpet.
Remember that question I was going to have that one time because Alec Baldwin said. I don't want to go. I don't have time to go into detail, but the question was going to be what musical instrument best describes your private parts?
A triangle.
A kazoo here. So, all right. Thanks for listening, folks. Always great. Thank you for being part of the show. And on behalf of the lovable producer Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.